As individuals with disabilities are nearing the age of 18, a lot of families think that they must get guardianship, in part because it's the only thing many of them have ever heard of, and also because they don't realize that there are other alternatives that can be available. But guardianship is more significant than most people realize. Now, don't get me wrong, there are times when guardianship is absolutely necessary, but there are also times when less restrictive alternatives may be appropriate. Most people think that guardianship is simply a way to stay involved, to get information, and to make decisions. But guardianship is a lot more involved than that. Guardianship is the process of having a person declared a protected person by the court. Only a court can do that. So when a person with a disability turns 18, they are an emancipated person just like everyone else, unless a court declares them a protected person and appoints a guardian for them. Now in Indiana, we do have limited guardianship. So if finances are really your big concern, you can always become the guardian of the estate because that deals with financial matters. If healthcare is your big concern, you can become guardian of the person, which would cover medical matters or specifically even limit it just to medical matters. But most guardianship in Indiana is full or plenary guardianship. When a person is under full guardianship, they no longer have the legal right to make any decisions for themselves, except the right to vote, which cannot be taken away because they are under guardianship. We tend to focus on the guardian, but it's not about the guardian at all. It's really about that protected person status. So it's important to know that only a court can reverse that. Guardianship does not end because the guardian doesn't think it's needed. Guardianship doesn't end because the guardian doesn't want to do it anymore. And most importantly, guardianship does not end because the guardian dies. Now, you can have a co-guardian in place, and you can add a co-guardian later on, but you must go through the court to do that. But there are some other options though too, and one of them is supported decision-making. Frankly, we all use supported decision-making in our own lives. Supported decision-making is the concept of going to people you know, people you trust, experts, to gather information to help you make a decision. As a concept, you can use supported decision-making as a support structure, you can use it as an alternative to guardianship, or you can use it in conjunction with guardianship. Supported decision-making is a great way to ensure self-determination. Research has shown that individuals who maintain self-determination, who continue to have decision-making over their own lives, enjoy a better quality of life and a longer life. And frankly, you can start supported decision-making at any time. The younger, the better. If you establish supported decision-making as part of the decision-making routine, you'll always sit down and discuss decisions. So as individuals are learning how to make decisions, it's a good way to teach them how to make decisions. What are the issues or the questions we need to consider? Who can they get information from? And how do they evaluate that information? And then as they've learned how to make decisions, it's still a good way to keep communication open and to talk things over. And frankly, you can use supported decision-making over small things like what to eat and what to wear, as well as bigger things like what type of job do you want to have? What type of medical treatment do you need? Do you understand your health needs? Again, supported decision-making can be used as an alternative to guardianship, but it can also be used in conjunction with guardianship so that even if a person is under guardianship, they still have some say in their own lives. Another option is power of attorney. Power of attorney is actually really common among seniors and among the military, so more places are familiar with power of attorney than they are adult guardianship. Power of attorney is where your loved one is giving you permission to act on their behalf. It allows the individual to continue to make decisions for themselves, but also whoever they designate as power of attorney to make decisions for them too. And it can be as general or as specific as you'd like. So your loved one can give you power of attorney with their cell phone provider, in which case you can call their cell phone provider, you can make decisions with their cell phone provider, but if you need to call their bank, you're out of luck because you don't have that permission. Or they can give you power of attorney over all financial matters, over all medical matters, over all government benefit matters. As I said, you can make it as general or as specific as you'd like and cover whatever topics you'd like. The other great thing is you do not have to go to court. You can draw up a power of attorney to cover the issues you want and have it notarized. If there's property involved and the power of attorney covers property or financial issues, you may want to record it with the county recorder's office. Every county is a little different, but you can talk with them about this. It's also easy to issue a new power of attorney. So if you have power of attorney with your loved one and you're getting to the point where you're not able to do it anymore, or you want to retire and move to Hawaii, your loved one can easily name someone else as their power of attorney, like a sibling or a cousin or a friend, as the new power of attorney. Another option is a healthcare representative. If healthcare is your main concern, your loved one can designate you as their healthcare representative while they're still competent. This allows a healthcare representative to make healthcare decisions when the time comes if the individual is not able to make them themselves. For example, if they were in a really bad car accident, if they developed Alzheimer's disease, or if they somehow lose the capacity to make decisions according to the doctor, the healthcare representative can then make decisions. In order to make the appropriate decisions, the healthcare representative needs to know what's going on. So often, if somebody is designated as the healthcare representative, medical professionals will share information with them, or it will prompt the medical office to provide HIPAA releases so that they can start speaking with the healthcare representative. Now, the state does have a specific healthcare representative form, but you don't have to use that form to be a healthcare representative. It just makes things a little easier. It can feel overwhelming to figure out how much support a person may need. Do they need a guardian? Would a healthcare representative work? What do we really need? The good news is that there are tools out there that can help. LifeCourseTools.com has something called Exploring Decision-Making Supports. The ARC of the United States has a self-determination scale. And Indiana Disability Rights has developed tools to help determine the support needs a person may have. All of these tools are available for free to help you and your loved one determine what is best for you and your family. For more information on this and other topics, visit the ARC of Indiana at arcind.org and the Indiana Family and Social Services Administration at in.gov/FSSA. For information on charting the life course and on how life course tools can help individuals and families develop a vision for a good life and identify how to find or develop supports, visit lifecoursetools.com. And please, don't hesitate to contact a family advocate at the ARC of Indiana by calling 317-977-2375 or 800-382-9100.